Hi, everybody, and welcome to this episode. My name is Shawn, and I'm going to be talking real fast because I want to get this into one podcast, video, whatever it might be. So, what I'm here to talk to you about is how to smoke an electronic cigarette. Might sound simple, but a lot of us, like me, looking into this, I was pretty confused. So, I hope I can help a lot of you out there. Very quickly, I've been a 20-year smoker, pack and a half a day of American Spirit, and now, 24 days in, I do not smoke any regular cigarettes. As soon as this came to my house, I started smoking it, and I've not gone back to regular cigarettes, which is great. So first off, let's get into the electronic cigarette. I am holding an electronic cigarette. This is a 510 model, as it's called. Don't get confused. Talk about that in later things. But as you can notice, this particular one is a little bit bigger than a regular cigarette, and I got that because I wanted to make sure I got the right amount, that great feeling of a real cigarette. How is this unit work? It's pretty simple. There's three parts. Right here, what I'm holding, this is, of course, a battery. You have the atomizer, and then you have the cartridge there. So, battery, pretty simple. This particular unit has a LED on the end, and it has a button. Why is this button important? You can get two different models, and I hope this helps you if you're searching for an electronic cigarette. You can get one without a button where you just pick it up and inhale and it goes. Or you can get it where you have to push on the button when you inhale. It is a little bit more funny as a normal smoker to push down on a button. Why it's better is the units that do not have a button, they normally know to go off when you inhale. Well, other things can cause them to activate. Loud music, being in a club, things of that nature, which when that happens and nobody's actually using the unit, a lot of the vapor, things of that nature, will build up into the filter and cause a bad taste in your mouth. So that's not good. The second portion is the atomizer. And then the third portion is, of course, the cartridge, which you may look at as a filter. How does this work? It's pretty simple. The battery gives power to the atomizer. The atomizer sucks liquid from the cartridge and changes it into a vapor, which you would think of as smoke. What is in that vapor? As a norm, it's PG. You can go to my website to see exactly what that is. Nicotine and, of course, flavoring. That's about it. No tar, nothing like that. How effective is it? Very effective. It's warm when it hits your throat. It has a great taste to it if you get the right one. So that's a big thing to know about. So that's how it works. The liquid comes from the filter, hits the atomizer, and whammo, there you go. Now, on this, if you're looking to change over like I did, here's the two most important things. Getting the right unit and getting the right liquid, the right taste and the right flavor. I'm going to get into that a little bit later, but that is something definitely know about. So this unit that you do have here, this is important if you want to change smoking. If you've never smoked before, don't pick one of these up. This is for your serious hardcore smoker who wants to change over. 20 years, I've changed electronic cigarettes, so that's good. Another thing to have that's important when you're ordering all of these things, everybody, more the merrier. If you're like me, I'm spending $200 a month now, ridiculous amount for cigarettes. All this stuff that you have here in relation, not very expensive. For me, pack and a half user a day, this habit actually has been less expensive, so that's great too. I'm holding a PCC. This is a personal charging case. This is great. What this is you plug it in at home, USB, charger on up, and then when you're on the go, this opens up and it will charge different batteries while you're moving. It can charge up to 4 or 5 times a different battery. Why is that important? This unit that I'm holding here, it works great, but the battery life is terrible. I'm talking just a couple of hours. So you want to make sure to have a lot of batteries around. That's the other thing to get your head around. It's not just one unit. It's many units. When you see one of these starter kits, it comes with 2 batteries, 2 atomizers, and a bunch of filters. So guess what? That equals more than one of these cigarettes. And you can have them. Like here I have one with a tobacco flavor. I have one here with a vanilla flavor, a vanilla tobacco flavor. So that's one thing that you have right there. All right, so one other quick thing that I would like to reference to, you'll notice that this is a platinum colored model. At first I was going to go with the white with the orange. You can do that if you want. I've gone with a different color. The reason for that is, and it has proved to me, people don't freak out. They don't really think I have a real cigarette in my hand. They more give me a funny look like, what do you have there? And yeah, you almost want to have a card to hand out to people to tell you what you're doing there. But that is one of the things to reference about. All right, so the battery. Batteries, when the battery is fresh, it's going to give you the most amount of vapor. Like we know, vapor is smoke, and they do wear down pretty quick. They are rechargeable, very simple. You can recharge them at home with one of these. This comes with the starter kit. It screws in there, start charging it, and it only takes a couple hours. Very simple there. So you have a couple batteries around, you just switch them out. Not a big deal. Like I said, for me, a month now, haven't had any kind of problems right there. Another thing is the atomizer. First day, the atomizer is going to work the worst. And like I said, you're going to have 2 atomizers, maybe 3 or 4. Why it works the worst? Just because it's brand new. You got to break it in just like anything else. As you break it in, it's going to produce more vapor, and it's also going to build with the flavor. That's another thing to note. A atomizer will take on the flavor of what you're using. So if you switch flavors, be careful of that, because you're like, hey, I thought that this was cherry. It doesn't taste like cherry. It's taking on that old one. What I've done is I've switched them up where I have a lot of atomizers, and I keep an atomizer and a filter along with the different liquids that I do try. So that is the one thing to know about the atomizer. Cleaning of the atomizer, I'll get into that in different videos. Having a C unit is really good for that. Now let's get into the filter. This is something that's very important. Here we have a filter. I like the non-rounded. I like the flat tip, and it is something that I have enjoyed. Now, what is inside of one of these? It's very simple. It's plastic, and I've just pulled this out, and there you have a polyfiber. That's all that's in this particular one. You have 2 choices, everybody. You can order pre-filled filters. What are the pros of that? The pre-filled filter is great. You just get it out of the package, you put it onto your unit, you smoke it, you're good to go. It has a good amount of stuff that you have right there. Now, what is the downside of it? The downside is they're a lot more expensive, and you're limited on your flavors. I personally prefer buying my own liquid. It's called e-liquid normally, e-juice, things of that nature, and I drip myself, and it's not as hard as you think. It's a little bit more messier, but here I just pulled out this this cartridge filter that you have right here. I'm going to drip right in front of everybody here, and it's pretty simple. Here's e-liquid. Drip it on in. There you go. And I dripped that on in there, and this one was pretty much full anyways, so there you go. If you're doing this technique, you're going to notice that you have to do that quite often throughout the day. That can be a bit annoying, but you're going to do it. So that is one of the things to know about. So that is something that you have right there. As your cartridge gets a little bit dirty, you're going to notice that it's not going to perform as well. A trick that a lot of us have learned using these things is you can take a simple paper clip. This is probably one of the most useful things, because you're going to notice that polyfill will back into that cartridge. When you pull it out a little bit, just like this, that allows the liquid to touch the atomizer, and that's where you're getting your full flavor. So that's pretty easy. What are the cons to this? It's messier. You got to be careful with this e-liquid, because getting it on your skin, if you're all messy, nicotine can be absorbed through the skin, so you got to be careful. You want to make sure, like there, you saw it's pretty simple for me. I've done it a few times. I dripped it in, no problems, plugged it back in, good to go. If you overfill, that's where you're going to have that problem where it's going to leak out of this particular unit. So you got to be careful of that. So again, pro of a pre-filled, very easy to use, something that you have right there. Con is, of course, not as much taste in the things that you have right there. Okay, we're almost at the 10-minute mark. I got to get off. I could talk to you about this stuff in later videos. Things for you to know about changing over this, everybody. Number one, for me, 3 days in was the hardest. It wasn't hard to change over to this. It was hard with my moods. Of course, we know nicotine's in a cigarette, but I have a feeling there's a lot more things that are in there that are addictive, because I had mood swings, all of these other things. After 3 days, I was good to go. Another thing to know about nicotine withdrawal and nicotine overdosing have the same symptoms. So don't freak out. You know, you're like, oh, I feel a little dizzy or something. It can work both ways. So just be careful with that. Don't be cheap, everybody. Go out there, buy as many liquids as you can, buy the different units that you can, try them out. That's how you're going to succeed with this. Last final note is, of course, when you are looking at your different liquids, be careful out there. A lot of websites have high, medium, low, and they do differ as far as milligrams go. I'll get on that on another video, and I'm also going to get into this bad boy. I got myself a pipe, which is great. So for now, everybody, I will talk to you later. Keep on changing over from regular cigarettes to these cigarettes. It's a great alternative, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.